How do you rank a country as strong?
Military and economy are fine, but for the common people, what counts is a strong passport and a strong currency. The ability to travel visa-free, the option of using your currency abroad. It invokes a sense of national pride. In fact, let me ask you this: how would you feel if you could use the rupee while traveling outside India? It's not happening tomorrow, but it will in due course. India's Reserve Bank has taken the first steps in this direction. India is working to internationalize the rupee, and it's starting with business transactions. Traders are being given the option to settle transactions in the Indian rupees begin in December 2022. Russia and Sri Lanka were among the first to make the switch. They settle trade transactions in the Indian rupee, and since then more countries have signed up. I have a list besides Russia and Sri Lanka: Maldives, Malaysia, Singapore, Myanmar, Israel, and Germany. They've all made arrangements to make payments in the Indian rupee. All of these countries have opened special accounts, and they're ready to trade in the rupee. So how does this system work? What you need is a special account. It's called a Vostro account. Vostros is a Latin word. Vostro means yours. Now, Vostro account is opened by a bank in India, but it's operated on behalf of another bank, usually in another country. Let me explain this with a simple example. Suppose an entity in Russia wants to make payments in rupees. It will reach out to an Indian bank. It will ask the Indian bank to open an account and to accept payments on its behalf, meaning the Indian bank will accept payments on behalf of the Russian entity. So for anything that you get from Russia or any bill that is raised, you can deposit the payment in this account. In Indian rupees, you can make this payment in Indian rupees in an Indian bank. Meanwhile, another bank in Russia will make an entry of this deposit in its book, so the money basically belongs to the Russian bank. It is just being kept in the Indian bank. How can Russia access it? How does it get to Russia or the Russian entity? How can they use this money? In a variety of ways. Suppose the Russian side wants to import something from India. It is deposits in the Vostro account to make that payment. So it will pay the Indian exporter in Indian rupees. It can also invest this money in government securities or other investments or special projects. It can also be used to manage import and export transactions. So basically, it's like the Russian entity has its own bank account in India, and it does business rupees. And to remember, we're discussing a hypothetical scenario.
Just one example. Anyone who signs up to
Trade in the rupee and opens a Vostro account can do similar transactions. And they do sound complicated, I know, but they are the better option because you're not converting currencies to make payments. So here's the next question: how does this help India? Why do it all? Again, I have a list. Benefit number one: it can help India manage its foreign reserves better. Instead of using the dollar, the rupee is being put to use, so there's no need to dip into reserves. Benefit number two: it helps India